All right, so Next.js 16 just dropped, and let me tell you, the promises are huge. We're talking about near-instant build times and a developer experience that's supposed to be radically simpler. So today, we're going to cut through all that hype and see if this thing is actually the real deal. Let's get into it.
You know, in a world where we get constant updates, it's totally fair to ask, is this just another minor version bump, or is Next.js 16 a genuine, massive leap forward for how we build for the web? That's the big question we're tackling today.
Okay, here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start by understanding the why behind this whole update in the next leap. Then we'll get into the really juicy stuff, performance redefined, a superior developer experience, and some seriously powerful new capabilities. And to wrap it all up, we'll talk about what this all really means for you and your projects.
First up, the next leap. To really get what Next.js 16 is all about, you can't just see it as another version number. You have to see it as a really strategic answer to where the entire web is headed.
I mean, the web development world moves at lightning speed, right? This update isn't just about adding a few shiny new features. It's really a foundational shift. It's designed to future-proof your tech stack, solving the problems we have today while thinking about the challenges of tomorrow. It's all about a more resilient, more efficient way to build.
And a huge part of that efficiency comes down to one thing: performance. Next.js 16 is completely redefining it with speed that isn't just some number on a chart, but something you, and more importantly, your users can actually feel. The headline number is kind of staggering. We're talking up to 90% faster build times. Just let that sink in for a second. For any developer, that isn't just an improvement, it is a complete game changer for your day-to-day workflow. Just look at the difference here. The drop from version 15 to 16 is absolutely dramatic. This is not a small tweak. This is a fundamental overhaul of the entire build process. What used to be a coffee break is now, well, it's pretty much instant. So how in the world did they pull this off? The magic is this new Rust-based compiler. They've basically swapped out the entire engine underneath. So instead of relying on JavaScript-based tools like Babel, they moved to a super high-performance compiler built in Rust, which is famous for its speed. Because it talks directly to the machine and doesn't have a slow garbage collector, it just plows through tasks like compilation at blistering speeds. So what does this mean for you day to day? Well, faster builds mean faster feedback. You hit save and your changes pop up almost instantly. This shortens that whole development cycle, which means quicker iteration, more efficient testing, and honestly, a much more productive and way less frustrating coding experience. But look, performance is only half the story. This new release is also laser-focused on the developer experience. The whole goal is to get the framework out of your way, so you can just focus on building cool features, not fighting with boilerplate code. And they are tackling some major pain points. I mean, how many of us have spent hours just wrestling with these complex, clunky data fetching patterns? It's such a common frustration, and it can really slow you down and make your code a mess to read. The solution is this dramatic simplification. So instead of the old way with all those verbose functions like get server-side props, the new approach just lets you use clean, intuitive async await syntax right inside your components. It feels so much more natural and modern. And the benefits here are just immediate. You are writing way less boilerplate, which means your code is instantly more readable. This makes it so much easier to maintain and to bring new developers onto your team, and of course, it's just much faster to write in the first place.
This better developer experience also unlocks some genuinely new powers. Next.js 16 isn't just cleaning up old patterns. It's introducing entirely new ways for us to build the next generation of web apps.
The real star of the show here is a new concept called server actions. Okay, think of them like this. They're special functions that you write right inside your components, but they execute securely over on the server. The key, the magic, is that you can call them directly from your client-side code, like from a button click, without the whole hassle of manually creating a separate API endpoint. And using them is surprisingly simple. You just define an async function, you mark it with this use server directive, and then you call it directly from an event handler, like a form submission. Next.js handles all the complicated networking stuff for you, so you can just handle the result on the client like it was any other function.
The practical impact here is huge. It dramatically simplifies all those common tasks like submitting a form, updating a database, any kind of data mutation, really. It just means you write less code and your application's architecture gets cleaner, more robust, and way more interactive.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. Let's zoom out a bit for the big picture and really summarize what all these changes actually mean for you, the developer.
So let's boil it all down. What are your key takeaways? Number 1, drastically faster build times thanks to that Rust compiler. 2, cleaner and way more intuitive code because of simplified data fetching. 3, powerful server logic living right inside your components with server actions. And 4, this really proves that Next.js is a framework that evolves directly based on what developers actually need.
You know, at the end of the day, this isn't just about a new version number or a checklist of features. Upgrading to Next.js 16 is about fundamentally empowering you. It's about giving you the tools to build better applications, faster, and with way less friction, so you can focus on what really matters, creating amazing user experiences. And that really brings us to our final thought. With these kinds of advancements in performance, in developer experience, and these new server-side powers, you just have to ask the question, is this the new standard? Is this what all other frameworks are going to be measured against from now on? That's definitely something to think about.